Have you ever been involved in a motorcycle accident? I have. Actually, I have experienced being clinically dead from one. Defibrillators are an excellent invention. I'm sure every person listening to me would agree that motor vehicle accidents are bad. Maybe some of you have even been in one yourself. When an accident happens, what is the major concern? Somebody having bodily harm done, right? Who is most likely to receive bodily harm? Those without exterior protection systems. Motorcyclists fit this description to a T. Whether you ride motorcycles or not, we should all want to avoid accidents. But if we can't, we should try to remove those with the most likely chance of getting hurt from the situation. I don't think anyone wants to see a motorcycle accident in person. I know I don't. Motorcyclists are at much higher risk than four-wheeled motorists to have an injury from a rear-end collision. Statistics say that intersections are some of the most likely places to get into an accident. They also say that rear-end collisions are the most likely type of crash to happen. A relatively minor rear-end crash could cause great harm to a motorcyclist. Leaving lane filtering for motorcycles illegal has been and will continue to leave motorcyclists open to serious harm that is completely avoidable. Throughout my speech, I will reference a few sources to back up my claims. I would like to introduce them now. I will be referencing a paper called Traffic Safety Facts 2019 data by the National Center of Statistics and Analysis, a study named Analysis of Rear-End Crashes and Near Crashes in the 100-car Naturalistic Driving Study to support rear signaling countermeasure development by National Center of Statistics and Analysis. From now on, I will call this one Analysis of Rear-End Crashes. Motorcycle Accident Cause Factors and Identification Countermeasurement, Volume 1 Technical Report, published by the United States National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration, and a review called Motorcycle Lane Sharing by the Oregon Department of Transportation. I would like to clarify a few things. I am not talking about letting motorcyclists split cars at a high rate of speed. Lane filtering, by definition, means filtering through cars that are not in motion. This is mostly equated to stoplights. The general rules used to govern lane filtering are as follows. Traffic must be stopped or slowly moving. The motorcycle must be moving less than 15 miles per hour, and the maneuver must be performed between two lanes heading in the same direction. With the majority of motorists on the street of America sticking to four wheels, it's easy to see how the majority misinterprets the nuances of intersection safety for motorcycles. As a fellow four-wheeled motorist myself, I understand. But as a motorcyclist who has been involved in an accident, I see the necessity for change. A minor fender bender would leave a car driver reaching for the phone to call the insurance company. An annoyance, I am sure, but not life-threatening. For a motorcyclist, that same level of fender bender could leave them never walking again, or possibly worse. According to Traffic Safety Facts 2019 data, a PDF prepared by the National Center of Statistics and Analysis, 5,038 motorcyclists nationally were killed in 2019 in a motor vehicle accident. That same fact sheet states 34% of motorcycle fatalities occur at intersections. That's just the fatalities. We're not talking about injuries yet. If we were, those numbers would shoot even higher. Motorcycle lane sharing, a paper published by the Oregon Department of Transportation, states that 2/3 of all accidents happen at intersections. With these numbers in mind, we should all be concerned about safety at intersections, especially for those most at risk for bodily harm. The cause of this problem comes largely from motorcyclists being rear-ended while waiting in traffic for the light to turn green. The effects of this can ruin lives. According to a paper published by NHTSA, analysts of rear end crashes, remember the long one? Rear end crashes are the most frequently occurred type of collision, accounted for approximately 29% of all crashes, and resulting in a substantial number of injuries and fatalities each year. As long as a motorcyclist follows the rules of safe lane filtering, making it to the front of the stoplight line is safe. Motorcyclists are small enough that most of the time they have plenty of room to go between two cars sitting in separate lanes. There is no risk of cars switching lanes while they are sitting still at a stoplight, so motorcycles could safely and slowly make their way up to the front of the line without obstruction. Once at the front, the motorcyclist is no longer in harm's way of being rear-ended by a vehicle. Once the light has turned green, the motorcyclist will easily be able to merge back into traffic safely. Motorcycles have a drastically different power-to-weight ratio than cars. The motorcycle will have no issue getting ahead of any traffic on both sides of them before they get to the posted speed limit, making merging back into traffic a safe practice. Another advantage this tactic has is creating visibility of motorcycles. The Motorcycle Accident Cause Factor and Identification of Countermeasurements, Volume 1 Technical Report, by the United States National Highway Traffic Safety Administration states that failure of motorists to detect and recognize, to see, motorcycles in traffic is the predominant cause of motorcycle accidents. It's hard to miss a motorcycle filtering down the lane. With intersections being a leading place for accidents, we should look into who is most acceptable to harm and try to help them. To help mitigate bodily harm, we need to position those least protected to the front of the line to protect them from rear-end collisions. With the attributes a motorcycle contains, as long as they follow the general lane filtering rules, it is safe for motorcycles to perform the lane filtering maneuver. Leaving lane filtering for motorcycles illegal has been and will continue to leave motorcyclists open to serious harm that's completely avoidable. For the safety of all motorcyclists, the general public should understand the benefits of lane filtering and how it could help save lives. If you are a four-wheeled motorist, maybe it could help you as well by saving you from hitting a motorcycle in a rear-end collision. Throughout my speech, I have referenced a few sources to back up my claims, and I would like to go back over them. I used a paper called Traffic Safety Facts 2019 Data by the National Center of Statistics and Analysis, the Analysis of Rear-End Crashes, by the long one, by National Center of Statistics and Analysis, Motorcycle Accident Cause Factors and Identification of Countermeasures, Volume 1 Technical Report, published by the United States National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration, and a review called Motorcycle Lane Sharing by the Oregon Department of Transportation. I don't think anyone wants to see a motorcycle accident. I know for sure no one wants to be in one. Let's make the necessary steps toward mitigating those possibilities where we can. By helping to legalize lane filtering, you could help save lives.